Hey everyone, this is Dr. Angelo 13, aka Angelo, and this is the bonus content for DMC4 as Vergil. Just showing off his alternate costumes and whatnot. So, I guess yeah, I guess I'll show him off. There's not much to say, but yeah. But before that, equip the Super Vergil costume here. You get this by beating Dante Messiah mode, like you do with Dante and Nero. But it's like a little perk thing. Actually, hold on. I think I did something wrong here. So I was going to equip that, but I was going to. We'll get to that later. So the first one here, the first alternate costume, is the one you get if you kill 30 demons at the end credits. Is the EX color. It is basically the Vante outfit. This is the Vante EX color. Or let me reword that. It's basically the EX color is basically based off of the Vante fight from DMC3. If you were playing as Vergil in DMC3. So you actually get to play as the red-coated Vergil, which is cool. But here's a little something that's actually not present within the EX color for Dante and EX color for Nero, especially, which I'll get into that later. But before that, equip the costume and then equip the super character, so that I can have both at the same time, so that I don't have to go flip-flop between them each time. Yeah, I just pick a random mission and just go with it. Cause E. So Super Vergil gets like... Yeah, so like Super Vergil gets like max concentration at all times. So that means his damage output's much higher. And he's always at max thing. I'm not doing an entire, run, if that's what you're asking. Just check out the alternate costume. And I'm doing a Devil Hunter just so I can make it quicker. Yeah, you're no longer able to run around with the Summon Swords anymore. Just find that strange. And if you're curious about the super costumes in DMC5 that I never got to show off, because I didn't unlock them at the time I actually finished it. Basically, it'll just give you max DT, but for some characters, I'll give you the explanation rundown here. So, if DMC5, if you're playing as Nero, you get max DT regenerates over time, but it also gives you max exceed on your sword, the Red Queen, like it does in this game. But it has an extra gimmick, which of course is like it insta reloads the 3 shots you would power shots you get, which is not present in 4, which is something in 5. So that's cool there. I know it does not give you any perks for the Devil Breakers, unfortunately, so there's that. For Super V, regen DT over time, and you can, so that means you could pretty much, and it has infinite DT, like with every super character, so, Nightmare's out all times, and the only way he'll actually despawn is if you actually use the promotion move on him, which is basically you get to control him. Which I never showcased because I hardly ever use that, and it's because it's not really practical. But you can also continuously DT Shadow and Griffin as Super V, so it's pretty overpowered there as a trade-off. I'm trying to wait until I get the max bar on the DT. Oh, that was a bug. I think that was a bug. Hold on. Yep. Since I have full DT, here's what I can do. Yeah, the DT's red. Yeah, like the DT here is red. Ain't that cool? Instead of blue, it's red. Instead of Super Vergil, I can just spam this. Yeah, Vergil don't play. Yeah, Vergil's much more mobile in DT, like I said. And the last episode for the LP for him. I don't really like Vergil's movement in this game. That's probably my biggest complaint in this entire playset. Everything else is fine. I just feel like they could have done a little bit more with him. This is coming from a Vergil fan. As for Super Dante, World Guard recharges over time, DT recharges over time. I'm pretty sure there was something else I'm missing about his DT, but I don't remember. But unfortunately, Sin Devil Trigger is not, infinite. Which, I guess it makes sense, because Sin Devil Trigger is overpowered. Yeah, Vergil is so cool. Like, he's the coolest ever. I love him. Yeah, I guess showing off this and all that jazz. And yes, jump canceling is still a thing. Oh, and as for Super Vergil in UC5, Doppelganger is infinite. max concentration, it'll recharge over time. Instead of it being instant like it would be here. And Send Double Trigger is not infinite, but you can instantly recharge it like no matter what. Because you have infinite DT. There might be some other things I'm missing, but that's just me. We're near the end of the mission. I'm not sure what mission I'm going to showcase the other costume, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do the just the final one, just to show you the final clash down that I was trying to do in the LP. Yeah. We're gonna fight Big Boy Burial. My fave. Yep, see? Yeah, that's the social roll pack I just did there. I just basically melted his health to nothing. Basically, like I showed you with the Savior fight in my last episode for the LP for Vergil, I would compare that to Hell on Earth in this game. But here's something you need to actually know about too. So using a super character in DBC 4 and 5 penalizes you if you use a super character. So ultimately it like downgrades you, which is unfortunate. But like I said, getting this outfit here, actually hold on, let me go to the last one. Right here. Yeah, so getting this here, you just gotta get killed the 30 demons within the time limit as Vergil, which shouldn't be that hard to do considering that Vergil is busted in this game. And as for the super character, I would say just beat the Dante was Die mode difficulty, which is really hard to do. But anyways, my favorite outfit in the entire game, the Corrupt Vergil outfit, which of course is called the Legendary Dark Knight outfit in this game. I'm gonna get into the mission here. You get that one. It's just with you when you get the special edition. When you get the special edition, it'll just unlock for you, just like Legendary Dark Knight Dante and Prototype Nero. Those are unlocked at the start, alongside their default outfits. And I'm gonna unequip the super character because that's technically Super Corrupt Vergil in this game. If you do that, get to him. E. Select the costume you want, and then select the super character, and that's how you do it. DC might fix this so that way, like so that way it'll have multiple options with the super character costumes, which is nice. To be honest with you, I feel like DMC 5 is what DMC 4 could have been, like in its gameplay, but they just couldn't do it. I truly believe that. Anyways, let's actually fight Sanctus with Super Corrupt Vergil. Though here's the tragic part about this outfit, which I will show you in a bit. Let me get the yeah, and if you get hit, you won't get penalized. Yeah, the DT is Sparta. Cool, but it's not Neil Angelo. That was intentional. That was intentional. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to do in that LP, is just clash my ultimate with his ultimate. And I get to do this again. To kind of show you, kind of show you the DT a little bit more. Because it's Sparta instead of D'Angelo, sadly. It's still cool that they actually gave him Sparta's Devil Trigger, but I still wish it was D'Angelo. Oh, one was about to hit me. That was actually pretty cool. Yeah, I seriously wish it was actually D'Angelo. I was going to tell the history a bit. I don't need to see that again. Low upgrade, guys. I was using super. Guess you aren't some casual gamer. Let me go ahead and actually go back to the main menu. Yeah, so that's so yeah, like I said, you just get this from the start. No extra required. But yeah, it's my favorite outfit in the entire game for a reason. It's because it looks so cool and it looks evil and stuff. But yeah, the history about the DT for this particular costume is that in Ultimate Art, because there's a crossover game called Ultimate Art vs. Capcom 3 where Dante and Vergil are featured alongside Trish, and they had the Legendary Dark Knight outfits in there too, so they couldn't implement D'Angelo's moveset because for the DT because it would overhaul the moveset entirely. So what they did instead was make Vergil's Devil Trigger the Sparta one, and so they applied that to DMC4 as well, which is cool. But I don't see Corrupt Vergil as the Sparta DT, which again, Sparta's a beast and is all right, so I wouldn't diss him for that. But Corrupt Vergil to me is always D'Angelo, no doubt about it. Because that's what he was known for. And it's just kind of unfortunate that they never implemented D'Angelo in this game, which I really wish they did. But yeah, that's besides the point. So yeah, that's pretty much all of that's all the outfits for my boy here. Hope that y'all that interests y'all. Even though one of them was kind of disappointing, but even though it's still cool. The Legendary Dark Knight outfit, aka Corrupt Vergil. But yeah, so nothing much here. But it's still something at least. Like compared to DMC5, which had the EX colors, which I really don't like. But that's just how it is. But yeah. So I guess with that, that's the end of Devil May Cry. With Vergil and all that in DMC4 in general. So that is the true end of DMC4 or Devil May Cry 4. For my Let's Play. So finally finished with it at last. So yay. But yeah, that's all I got the time I got left for that. So I'm like I said, I'm glad I was able to do Devil May Cry as a whole. There's still the reboot, which I'll get to that later. I'll get to that later eventually. But for now, this is the end of Devil May Cry for me. And despite my frustrations with some bits, I had fun with DMC4. No doubt about it. Like I said, rushed beyond belief. But yeah, hope the bonus on the bonus material for Vergil interests y'all. That's all I got for now, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace out.